Hello, and welcome to On Point for Gamers. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so very much for rocking out with us today.
Thank you so much indeed. Now, we're here to talk about Hellblade 2. This game, first of all, we want to thank Xbox and Ninja Theory for going ahead and sending us a copy of the code to go ahead and make content for all of you fine folks. So, shout out to them. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Now, this is the thing. This is the one we've been waiting for, right? We've been waiting for the start of next generation. And I can tell you right now, you see it already on the screen. This is next generation gaming.
It absolutely is C Money. Xbox delivered.
They did. They delivered in a huge way. I mean, it's not even something to debate. This is the most beautiful game that I've ever seen running live in in your hands, moving the sticks, seeing everything take place in front of you. It is a stunner. First thing I want to point out, which is so well done, is the fact that there's absolutely no HUD on the screen. This is a clean image. You just see the world and your character and your enemies. That's it. There's no sign like little arrows that go here. There's no health bars. There's none of this stuff. It's ready to go. Immersion right from the gate.
Yes, absolutely clean. I love it, C.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely something that I didn't know how badly I needed it, but it was perfection here.
Because it's distracting at times and it takes away from the beautiful graphics. This game is just absolutely breathtaking. I'm so freaking hyped.
Absolutely. Honestly, it's one of the most realistic looking games that I've ever seen.
Yes.
The graphics are like soup to nuts beautiful. Okay. Everything from the texture work, I like the way that the world looks in this game is insane. So many micro details to the world. Like I feel like somebody's just walking behind her with a camera just filming the world while she's in
Agreed.
it.
Agreed. It's just so full of details.
Yeah, the rock work that you see, which obviously there's a lot of rocks, right, in this world, but they all look different colors, like there's so many different things that they
Yes,
do.
and the texture in there because there are so many rocks, it's very easy to make it seem as if it's just painted there or
Yeah, we're
something.
looking soupy or
Oh
like
my gosh, it's
blurry.
so dense,
Oh
so
my god.
textured, so
And
realistic.
crisp.
Yes, absolutely.
Super crisp. Yeah, they did an amazing job with that. And obviously, you go straight to the character after that. When you look at Senua, when you look at the enemies, when you look at any person that's on that screen, no detail was spared.
Absolutely not.
I
Dude,
could I couldn't even find a imperfection to it. It looks that good.
it does. When you look at her face, her body, you see her eyes, it's kind of like sometimes the eyes can be very bland, right? In other games, but this game, you feel what she's feeling. You see her soul through her eyes. It
Yes.
is something fantastic that we've never seen before. This game to me is just absolutely stunning.
It's funny because you said something. You said feel. And I gotta tell you, I love graphics, right? Like I'm
Yes.
always looking for the next best thing when it comes to graphics in a game. I always want games to push to look better all the time. And I can tell you, I mean, I've seen a lot of good looking games, right? There's a lot of beautiful games that have come out. But honestly, when I see those games or when I've played those games, that's what it was. It was like a picture, right?
Yes.
It might look realistic. It could look at anything, but that's what it was. It was something, a feast for my eyes, right? Where I got to look at it and just be like, man, that's beautiful. This, I'm not even like being facetious here. Like, this is seriously the first time I feel like the graphics made me feel the game. Like I feel or felt what I saw during the game. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
whatever was happening, I
absolutely
felt it.
do. You are captivated by her and the entire world that they've created. Dude, the
Absolutely.
the movement of her hair and her clothing are just seamless because it's just moving to the weather, to her movement. It's absolutely perfect.
Agreed. 100%. It really is what next generation was supposed to be, right? Like that this is the thing. Let's make this clear. This is the first true next generation game that has been released across platforms. Doesn't matter what platform you look at. This is the first one. It's in a league of its own how beautiful this game is. I it just reaches a whole nother level.
It does. It really does. The weather again we were talking about, the rain. Oh my gosh. When you see the rain and you look at the water, when you look out to the ocean, it
You see the
is
waves
it
crashing.
yes, the movement of the water, the reaction of it is absolutely insane.
It really is. There
You
I don't know
can
what witchcraft
feel.
they did, but
Yes.
this looks
You
insane.
can feel and see the love and the dedication that Ninja Theory put into this game. It just comes through.
100%. Now, when you look at out in the water, I don't know about you, but there was literally times where I was looking at there, and again, it's maybe it sounds cheesy, I don't know, but you feel it.
Yes.
I felt like I was staring out into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You know, you go to the beach or something, or you go somewhere where there's like a cliff and you're seeing like the beach out or the ocean out there, and you just stand there and you just get taken back by the vastness of it.
Yes.
Well, I did that. I stood at the cusp right there, at the edge, looking out into the ocean, and what you see, what you hear, it's a feeling that you get, and there's no other better way I can say it, where it just really makes you feel the moment
It
that
does.
you're
It
in.
truly does. You are immersed in it. Like it's just it's hard to describe because as you're going through it, it's again something that you kind of are overwhelmed with. The fact that you are it's a combination of the everything you're seeing and what you're feeling. It's as a whole is just perfection, dude.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Now, obviously, the way it looks, amazing, right? And we talked about how this is one of the games that, like, for the first time, made me feel through the graphics. But I think a lot of that also has to deal with the animation work that they did
Yes.
in this game. There are so many moments in this game where it's it really blows my mind how real these people on the screen look when they're moving around, whether they're climbing, everything, every part of it looks so real with the animation work that they did.
It absolutely does. You feel the straining, the reaching, the agony with the movement that they're making.
Like their body makes that
Yes.
movement and you feel their pain, you feel it.
You almost feel as if, like you mentioned before, like you're there, like you're feeling that dragginess in that exhaustion. If that's what is being portrayed, you really are really experiencing a game in a way that, in my opinion, you've never experienced before.
I agree. I agree. Now, on top of the body animation, this for sure is just in a league of its own. The facial animation that takes place in this game, the way you see these characters emote through their faces, whether
Yes.
it's pain or sorrow or just existing, like they're all different steps to their animation in their face. It's
Yes,
insane.
the way that they are talking, right?
Oh
It
my
it
god.
comes with so much feeling. The enunciation of the words, it's like you feel it through their gestures. It's really something special. Um, this was such a win.
A
This was
huge W.
such an amazing
I Ninja
game that
Theory,
Ninja Theory has put
dude, they
together.
knocked it out the park.
Yes, they've
They knocked
outdone
it out the park.
themselves.
You know, it's funny because they had that small studio and then they made, the first Hellblade, which was really well done. They're punching well above their weight with that game. But now you see them, they grew a little bit. They have a bigger studio, they have a huge area where they do all of their motion capture, right? You can see all of it in this game. Like you can see the extra that they had put in this game. And to be clear, this is still a small studio.
Yes,
Okay.
it
We're
is.
not talking hundreds of employees here. They had roughly 80 people working on this game. And they're delivering something that visually and impactfully hits like none of the big AAA games have been able to hit.
It looks as if hundreds and hundreds of millions were spent on this game.
Facts. In reality, I believe their budget was somewhere in the $50 million range, which is insane. Okay, insane for what they were able to produce here. Now, I know you brought up the weather effects a little bit before, and they are phenomenal. But when you break down the weather effects and you get into the fact like the rain looks crazy. You just feel wet. You know what I'm saying? You
Yes.
just feel wet walking through there. I mean, there was a part where she's climbing up a rock wall and the just rain's pouring down. It feels like she could slip at any second with how wet the rocks are.
Yes.
It's just insane. And then the fog and the the lighting effects
Oh my gosh.
individually look stunning, but combined create an image that I just
Beyond what you
is
can explain.
beyond words.
Yes.
Like that's really where I am with this
It's
visually.
true. The light, I was looking, and the lighting is just the way that it peeks through just right. Like you have to have done a genius job to freaking be able to capture that. It
Absolutely.
was it was absolutely breathtaking when you look up at the sky. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful.
I know there's a lot of beautifuls being thrown around here, but that's really the best way to sum it up. I gotta say, it's so stunning. There's no other way to put it.
There's no other
As a
way.
package, it's just
Yes, there's no
ridiculous.
other way to experience a true next gen until you've played this game. Period.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, before we wrap it up, got to do a special shout out to the sound effects and music in this game.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You have to. It's
Everything deserves a special shout out. When I wanted to hear the voices, I was so drawn into what was going on around me,
yes,
and I could hear it. I had the headphones on, and I could hear it through one side, like rounding around through my ears. Like it was oh my goodness, I can't even explain. When we saw them recording the voices, they were going around on the microphone. I don't know if you remember that.
oh,
And
we saw.
that just comes through.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I the sound effects of just the environment and the world that you're in is so realistic. The best compliment I can give to the sound effects in this game was that you didn't notice them in any weird way. Like they were just there. They were just what you expected. So your mind didn't pick them up as something like distracting or weird, right? Like it was
No,
just
absolutely not.
seamless.
But I did while I was playing. I was like, wow, the sound is just amazing. It's just amazing, and I'm not no sometimes there are times when the sound just fits and you're like, "Oh, wow, that goes so well together." And but this was like as you are playing, you are aware of what a phenomenal job they did, and you can acknowledge it as you go along. I was so aware of it because I feel like I haven't heard anything like this. So for me, it was like, wow, what a treat.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, and again, the music not overwhelming. It's
No,
perfect. It's perfect. There's just enough to get you pumped when it needs to get you pumped, or to make you feel what it wanted you to feel when you're struggling, or anything like that. It just nailed it. They nailed it across the board. Honestly, when I think back on my experience with the game, and graphically what I was looking at and experiencing, feel is the biggest word that comes to my mind. I
yes,
felt it. I felt the music. I felt the sound effects. I felt the graphics. I felt the pain. I felt the facial animations. Everything. Top tier. Salute to you, Ninja Theory, for crafting one of the best visual treats that I've ever experienced in gaming.
absolutely. It's so well done. I cannot thank them enough for putting so much love into this game because we get to experience that. And as you said, you feel throughout and you just want to continue to feel that game.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Look out for more from On Point for Gamers when it comes to Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. Again, big shout out to Xbox and Ninja Theory for going ahead and providing us with the code for
Thank
the
you
game
so
to
very
produce
much.
content for all of you beautiful people. So thanks again. Appreciate you all. We're going to end the way we end every single show. Doodle,
Yes,
we're done.
we are.
Until next time,
You're intruding.
you're intruding.